said, say, listen, the only thing that makes her exciting is the fact that, one, she's a woman, so it's a gender factor, is the wow factor. Mr. Mirage was sitting right in your seat, and he said, listen, her track record doesn't really speak for itself, that his does. He says, the few times that she was actually at the helm, the party had to call upon him to sort of like save them. So there's this whole,
You always think about track record for me is a nonsense. What track record did Barack Obama have before he became president of the US? The strongest nation in the world today is the US. What track record did Barack Obama have before he became the president? David Cameron, who is going up now in England for prime minister, and who will win, by the way, what track record he has? What track record? It has to do with competence, has to do with integrity, has to do with a whole new way of doing things. And this is what is important. You have to make sure that you of course are inclusive, and the decisions you make are in the people's best interests. Do you need a track record for that?
And then there's a talk of all the double dealings, but we've heard all the rumors that Mr. Pandey and Mr. Manning brokered some deal during that meeting. Of course, Christmas Day, Jerry Nareis and Vassan Bharat are having drinks at Mr. Bharat's house, and I think in St. Augustine. Do you think that is something more than meets the eye?
But there has to be. Let me ask you something. At all the PNM massive meetings, Mr. Jerry Nareis, the party's PR officer, is the person who gets all the CPEP workers and OP workers to go to these meetings. He is almost single-handedly, he gets them to go, whether it's Boatford Square or Eddie Hard Ground or wherever, or Mayaro. Mr. Jerry Nareis gets CPEP workers and OP workers. There has been a talk on the ground that CPEP workers and OP workers are being prevailed upon to join the party to vote for Mr. Pandey. And then suddenly the same Jerry Nareis goes to Vassan Bharat's house, who of course Vassan Bharat, some people say of course is in a sense he wants to be the heir apparent of Mr. Pandey, goes to Mr. Bharat's house to sell for drinks and talk.
Mr. Nareis says, well, listen, this is my friend. When he had his heart surgery, I was there in the hospital with him. This is something that we do. I was in his constituency on Christmas Day, and I decided to, he called me and let's have a drink.
That is so coincidental. Particularly with the talk on the ground about CPEP and OP workers. Time will tell. And time will tell also too how strong this friendship is, right? After the elections.
Certainly. I think we're going to go to the phone line.
Yes, right? We've got a call who's been holding. Thank you for being so patient. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm caller from Mover.
Yes, morning.
The one who does always tell our people to save, investment be cheap, and focus on what you want. The rest are passionate words. Yes, I thank Mr. Warner for the bigness in thinking to push the UNC further. I thank him for saying that if the small mentality did continue, they would have remained in the opposition for so long. And we needed bigness in thinking of our politicians. We are fed up of the small mentalities. We needed the help. And Mr. Warner, I said thank you when I see you and the others hold out and hold on. Hold on. And I say thank you. Thank you, and I like you because you don't really want much. You're watching the whole country, and we needed to be educated because a lot of us have the negative thing because a lot of the politicians kept us in the slush and the mire. And I thank you for holding on and holding on and holding on. And I say thank you now for that internal election, and I know you will be the guidance officer to help with picking the right person. Thank you.
All right. Well, you're welcome, I guess.
I mean, what other endorsement can one ask for? I mean, that has made my day.
Let's look at a couple text messages very quickly. Let's see. How would the voter list be good if anyone else but Baz wins? Who is Jack? Anyway, a mere political nobody, a footnote in Rienzi's political history. How do you respond to that?
That doesn't need a response. You see, there are some things I tell you I will not dignify, and that is one of those things. I mean, you want me to? Who is Jack Warner? I could sit and take 2 days to tell you who is Jack Warner. I could write a book on Jack Warner and so on, but it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about, of course, the country, the young people. It's about our institutions. It is about the future of this country. It's not about Jack Warner. Jack Warner is irrelevant in the scheme of things. So it's not about me. So I will dignify that piece of trivia.
Okay, let's take another call. Good morning. Thanks for holding.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Warner.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning to the two beautiful ladies there, Mr. Warner.
Yes, sir, I'm lucky.
This is Mr. Porter Spain here.
I know that.
Mr. Warner, I want to make two little comments here. Probably some would be in your favor. I followed you a while ago, and I heard exactly what you are saying, and I believe that most of the things you are saying would come to pass. One of the things, I believe that you did not support Mr. Maraj. I remember you saying on platforms, do not forget Ralph, Trevor, and the other guy. Am I to believe that you still have that perception that Mr. Maraj caused the UNC to go into opposition? And then, secondly, I observed that Mr. Maraj said that Kamala passed the government over to the PNM. Not to my view, because I could remember when Mr. Maraj was calling at the 1818 for the president, Mr. A.N.R. Robertson, to appoint Mr. Manning as the Prime Minister. So I was wishing to become as a campaign manager. I observed that she brought it out, that I would have played back the tape for her, which I have here. You know I always have my records, to prove where Mr. Maraj was trying to pull a fast one on the people of Trinidad and Tobago. When it's he who called for the appointment of Mr. Manning as the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago during the 1818. How do you say, Mr. Warner? Thank you very much.
I will be very brief, and because this forms part of my campaign speech on January 6th. But I will tell you that 8 of those 10 MPs who signed the document that came out on Sunday newspaper, 8 of those 10 MPs were the ones who signed to give the government over to Mr. Manning when they had the 1818 vote. Mr. Pandey is the Prime Minister. 1818 is the result. He hasn't lost. And therefore, if he hasn't lost, why should he be negotiating with Mr. Manning about the government? But 8 of those 10 give it over to Mr. Manning. About Mr. Maraj, I will not want to say anything for or against, because I said before that Mr. Maraj has leadership qualities and FAC has qualities that this famous country can benefit. I do not believe, however, that he is more electable than Ms. Prasad Bisesa, and I repeat, that is why I have said that it's her time now. Has nothing to do with even being a woman. It has to do with the reality of the situation that here and now is Mrs. Prasad Bisesa's time.
I know a gypsy told us if she loses, check him at COP, because that's where he's going to be at the COP.
And he has been consistent.
And where would you be? If she doesn't win, are you still going to be in the UNC?
I don't know at this point in time. But what I know, that if Mr. Pandey does win, I remain a hopeless politician, and I will have to look at my options.
So if he wins and then you win your campaign, could you work with him?
Mr. Pandey, as chairman, I should be able to work with anybody. But the question is, can Mr. Pandey work with me?
Can he?
I don't think so.
Let's take another call. Good morning. Welcome to First Up. You're on the air. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Warner,
Good morning, ma'am.
I admire you. You are an opportunist who says yesterday is yesterday and today is today. Bye.
I don't understand. So what's the big thing about that? Yesterday is yesterday, today is today. What you were yesterday, you are not today. That's what change is about. What you were yesterday, you are not today. And what you are today, you are not tomorrow. So what's the big thing about yesterday? I mean,
Let's look at a couple text messages very quickly. Mr. Pandey shows he has no intentions of giving up power. The UNC will continue to fail in its bid to regain office unless change is made.
That's a fact, ma'am. That's a fact. I repeat, only people who don't know that are the 10 MPs who sign. They don't know that, and they don't care. You feel Hamza Rafiq is going back for election? You feel Harry Pratab is going back for election? You feel, of course, Kevin Ramlan is going back for election? And the host of guys, they're not. They won't be there next time around. So they can do anything. They don't care. They just don't care. And that is sad. That's the tragedy of this whole thing. And what for me is even most disconcerting, Those who should care, like the Munilas of this world, are the ones that surprise me. But I will not attack anybody. I said so from day one. I will, of course, not attack anybody personally. I think the people will on January 24th.
Another caller on the line. Good morning. Welcome to First Up here on the air.